Hello students. In this class we are going to discuss about the mergers and acquisitions. Already in the previous class we discussed about the calculation of purchase consideration. Now already I said that in case of mergers there are two parties involved. One is the transferor company, which is called as selling company, and second one is the transferee company, which is called as purchasing company. Once the purchase consideration is calculated, your second step you have to calculate the discharge of purchase consideration, which is how that purchase amount is being settled. So once these two steps are done, the third is you have to pass the journal entries. So first we'll prepare in the books of transferor company. So transferor company is called as the selling company, right? First one, for transfer of assets. See here, the selling company is winding off, right? When the business gets wind up, even the assets and liabilities will be closed, right? Always asset shows the debit balance. When here the assets are closed, so just give the opposite entry, enter in the credit. So here the entry is realization account debtor to assets account. I repeat once, always asset shows your debit balance. Here the business are closed, that's what here the even assets and liabilities also closed, that's what enter in the opposite side. Okay, so enter your assets in the credit. The entry is realization account debtor to assets account. And the second entry is for transfer of liabilities. See, always liabilities shows credit balance. Here the liabilities are closed, that's what enter in debit. Realization account debit to liabilities account debit to realization account. Next, third one is for purchase consideration due. So which is the due amount. So here who gives us purchasing company, so debit it. So purchasing company account debit to realization account. Fourth one, for receipt of purchase consideration. So here the purchase consideration is being received. So what is to be received is debited, right? According to real account norms, debit what comes in. So enter in debit. So what and all will be received? Equity shares, preference shares, or else cash, right? So enter all these three in your debit. Your entry is equity shares in purchasing company account debit, preference shares in purchasing company account debit, bank account debit to transferee company, credit the giver. The giver is the purchasing company, that is the transferee company. Then fifth one is for payment of realization expenses. So under that first one is if the realization expenses is paid by selling company, that is the transferor company. So here selling company prepare its entries in its books, right? So when the expenses are paid, so cash goes outside. So enter in the credit. Credit what goes out? Your entries realization account debit to bank account. And some cases, if such realization expenses are paid by the transferee company, that is a purchasing company. First one is for making the payment. So here who makes the payment? The purchasing company, right? So transferee company account debit to bank account. See these two differences. If the selling company itself paid, the debit the realization expenses to be debited, right? So realization account debtor to bank account, but same expenses are paid by the purchasing company, debit who paid here. So here transferee company account debit to bank account. And next, if such amount is reimbursed from the purchasing company, so when the company reimburses from the purchasing company, it receives the cash. So debit what comes in? So bank account debit to transferee company account. Again, sixth one is for sale of assets not taken by the purchasing company. See, some cases the purchasing company may not take certain assets. That assets may be sold off by the selling company itself. So when the selling company, this transfer company sells its assets, it receives the cash out of it. So cash to be received. Debit what comes in according to real account. So debit the bank account debit to realization account. And next is for payment of outsiders liabilities not taken by the purchasing company. Same way the purchasing company, that is the transferee company, may not taken certain liabilities. Such liabilities are paid by the selling company itself. So when the selling company makes the payment, cash goes outside. So credit the bank. Credit what goes out, right? So your entries realization account debit to cash or bank account. The next, for preference share capital due. See here the entire business gets wind up. That's what even the equity shareholders and preference shareholders are paid. They will be settled first. Settled. Okay. So your first one is payable at par. Par means the face value. So here also we are closing the preference share capital. So share capital shows your credit balance now which is closed. That's what debit the capital. So preference share capital account debit to preference shareholders account. The next one is payable at the higher value, which means that when the amount is payable in more to the preference shareholders, which is called as premium. So already we discussed in the redemption of preference shares, right? So redemption at the premium. Same way here, the instead of premium just transfer to the realization account. So expenses, incomes, loss, everything to be transferred to the realization account when the business gets closed. So debit the capital, preference share capital account debit, realization account, that is a premium. When the amount is paid in excess, that is called as premium here. So transfer to the realization account debit to preference shareholders account. Then third one is payable at a lower value. Some cases the preference shareholders are paid with a lesser amount. For example, 10 lakhs is the preference share capital, but the amount will be paid as 9,50,000 rupees. So 50,000 is the difference amount, that is the discount, right? So that is to be credited. Preference share capital account debit to realization account, that is a discount amount, to preference shareholders account. See all these with the same concept. So when it is paid with the higher value, which is a premium, to be debited, and if it is payable with the lesser amount, that is discount, to be credited. Next, so how we pass the entry for the preference share capital? Same way, even the equity shareholders also to be paid. See, always the profits or loss will be enjoyed or else will be paid by the equity shareholders. So first one is for transfer of share capital, reserves and surplus. So all these amounts are to be distributed to the equity shareholders. So this share capital, reserves and surplus means general reserve, reserve fund, dividend equalization fund, profit and loss account. All these comes under the categories of reserves and surplus. So all these shows your credit balance. Here we are closing the accounts. That's what enter in your debit. Equity share capital account debit, reserves account debit, profit and loss account debit to equity shareholders account. Then 10th one is for transfer of miscellaneous expenditure. See how the profits are shared to the equity shareholders. Same way some losses will be there, that losses also to be shared by the equity shareholders. So we could see in the asset side few items that miscellaneous expenditures will be given, that is a loss of the business, right? So in your asset side will be given profit and loss account, that loss to be shared by the equity shareholders. The next is the preliminary expenses, which is called as formation expense. Next is underwriting commission, discount on issue of shares and debentures. Next is profit and loss account, right? So all these will be in your asset side. So asset shows your debit balance. Now we are closing the accounts, that's what which is credited. So your entry is equity shareholders account debit to preliminary expenses account to underwriting commission account to discount on issue of shares account to profit and loss account. The next, so once we entered all the items, now we'll calculate, we'll find out so whether the business got any profit or loss. So that is the profit or loss to be distributed to whom? To the equity shareholders, right? So you may get either profit or loss. So first one, in case of profit, so your entry is realization account debtor to equity shareholders account. If it is a loss, the entry is equity shareholders account debit to realization account. So that's it with the entries in the books of the selling company. Sorry. And two more entries for the final payment made to preference shareholders. So when the preference shareholders are paid, the entries preference shareholders account debit to shares in purchasing company. See, that is for the preference shareholders, sometimes they may get some certain shares in the new company, that is in the purchasing company. So enter in your credit, or else they may be paid with amount. So the entries preference shareholders account debit to shares in purchasing company account to bank account. Then similarly, for the final payment made to the equity shareholders, even the equity shareholders of the existing company, that is old company, may get shares in the new companies. For that, the entry is equity shareholders account debit to equity shares in the purchasing company, that is a transferee company, to bank account. Now, in the books of transferee company, so in the books of transferee company means in the books of the purchasing company. So under purchasing company, actually we have two methods of accounting. One is the pooling of interest method, which is called as in the nature of merger. Then second one is the in the nature of purchase method. Totally we have two methods. One is in the nature of merger and next is the nature of purchase. So what is the main differences, features of these two methods? So very simple. If it is in a case of merger, the assets and liabilities will be entered at the book values. That's it. So book value is nothing but the values which are given in your balance sheet. That is the book value. Right? And if it is in a case of purchase, the asset and liabilities to be entered at the agreed value. For what price, for which amount, the assets and liabilities are taken by the purchasing company. So that is called as the agreed value. Listen once again. If it is a case of merger method, enter your assets and liabilities in the book values. Though they have given the new amount, should not be taken for your calculation if it is a merger method. Always you have to take only the book values, which is your value amount given in your balance sheet. The next is in case of purchase method, always you have to consider the agreed value for what amount the purchasing company is ready to take over your assets or the liabilities. And next one, in the case of merger, so how about the purchase consideration? The purchase consideration will be settled only through the shares. There is no debentures, nothing else. So always the purchase consideration will be in the form of shares, right? That is the few differences between the nature of merger and purchase method. Now we'll pass the journal entries in the books of purchasing company. The first one is for purchase consideration payable. See here, the purchasing company makes a payment for purchasing a business, right? So it comes under the real account debit. What comes in? What comes here? A new business comes here, right? So business debit the business. So business purchase account debit to the liquidator of transferor company. It is credit the giver. Who gives here? The liquidator. See here, when the business gets wind up, a liquidator will be appointed and he do the transactions. He do all the transactions, right? So that's what here the seller, the giver will be the liquidator, to liquidator of transferor company. Then second one is for discharge of purchase consideration. So discharge means paid. So how such payment is done? So your entries debit the receiver. So liquidator of selling company, that is transferor company account debit to. So what is the method of payment? The method of payment may be either equity shares or preference shares or else bank. See here, the bank will be the some fractions of amount. Okay, some cases the if any amount is paid which is less than the face value, that is called as fractions. You will be understanding while doing problems. Okay, so liquidator of transferor company account debit to equity share capital account to preference share capital account to bank account. The next, for incorporation of various assets and liabilities taken over. See, all the entries in the books of purchasing company will be same. Only few entries may get changed. So here, if it is in the case of purchase method, so what is the entry for the entering assets and liabilities? Already I said, if it is in the case of purchase method, the assets and liabilities are to be entered at the agreed value, and what is taken by the purchasing company only to be entered, right? So various assets account debit, then to various liabilities account, whatever it is taken over. The next is to business purchase account, right? And next is to statutory reserve. So statutory reserve means, so this reserve will be in your selling company, such reserve to be maintained for the further years. That's what, even such reserves to be entered in your credit side, even this also be taken over. So this is only in the case of purchase. If it is in the case of merger, that is another entry we'll discuss now. Okay, so if it is in the case of purchase method, the entry is various assets account debit to various liabilities account which is taken over. So few assets or liabilities will not be taken over, so such items to be ignored, right? So assets account debit to various liabilities account to statutory reserves account. If it is given in your selling company, that is to be continued for the further years, then enter. The next is to business purchase account. That's it. And you calculate the balancing figure. You may get the balancing figure either in your debit or else in the credit side. If you are getting debit balances, debit side balancing figure, write it as goodwill account. Some case you may get a balancing figure in your credit side, that is transfer to capital reserve account. Then same entry if it is in the nature of merger, right? If it is in the nature of merger, so all the assets and liabilities will be taken over by the purchasing company, even the reserves and surplus also, right? So on such a case, your entry is various assets account debit to be entered at the book value. But in case of purchase method, so here various assets to be entered only at the agreed value. So here the entry is various assets account debit to various liabilities account. You can make the comparison to various liabilities account to business purchase account to profit and loss account. See here, in nature of merger, even the reserves and surplus also taken by the purchasing company. But in case of nature of purchase, reserves and surplus will not be taken over. Only the statutory reserves will be taken over by the purchasing company. So here entire reserves and surplus will be taken over. So write it as to profit and loss account. That's it. And you may get the balancing figure either in your debit or else in the credit side. So whatever you are getting balancing figure, transfer to general reserve account. But in case of nature of purchase, your balancing figure, if you are getting in debit side, transfer to goodwill account. If it is in your credit side, transfer to capital reserve account. Then your fourth one, for the expenses of winding up paid by purchasing company. See here, purchasing company may pay the liquidation expenses of the selling company, right? Already in the selling company books we have prepared few entries, right? Now in the books of purchasing company, think that if the purchasing company makes the payment of selling company's liquidation expense, on such a case, if it is a merger method, debit the expense. Your expenses should not be entered here, which is as general reserve. So why general reserve is entered? Because under the merger method, so all the assets and liabilities including the reserves and surplus are taken over. It is an additional expenses of the purchasing company. That's what we are adjusted with the general reserve. If it is under the case of merger, your entry is general reserve account debit to bank account. And what is possible in case of a purchase method? If it is in the case of purchase method, it is also an additional expenses but enters goodwill, right? So goodwill account debit to bank account. The next, for making payment to debentures and other liabilities, think that the purchasing company makes the payment to the debentures of the selling company, right? So how the selling company's debentures will be paid? They may be paid only through cash, or else through shares, or else through new debentures in the new company, right? So debit your debentures account of your vendor, that is your selling company, right? We are, instead of this, we are distributing this new payment, right? So debentures account debit to debentures in a purchasing company to share capital in purchasing company to bank account. It is not mandatory you have to write these three. It depends on the problem. Some cases the vendor company's debentures are paid only through cash. On such a case, your entry is debentures account debit to bank account. Or else some cases debentures of the selling company may be paid with the shares in new company. On such a case, debentures account debit to share capital account, right? So it depends on the problem. You have to write this entry. Your entry is debentures account debit to debentures account in purchasing company to share capital account to bank account. Then next is for incorporation, for incurring formation expenses. See, formation expenses is, so once the business are acquired, it is taken over by the new company, the new company may incur some formation expenses. So expenses to be debited, right? So formation expenses is also called as preliminary expenses, so debited. So preliminary expenses account debit to bank account. Then next one is, see, all these are the common entries for both the methods. Then your seventh one is for incorporation of statutory reserve. This entry is only in the case of merger method. So I said already, this statutory reserve to be continued by the purchasing company for further years. On such a case, your entry is amalgamation adjustment account debit to statutory reserve account. So that's it with the entries in both the parties' books. Thank you.